What's up everybody, Ryan Calvert here with the Own a Toronto Home Team, and today we have a very special guest.
Thanks for having me.
Mr. Terry Tang, my one and only investment advisor, the money guru himself, has came by to stop and educate us on how we're gonna make some more money. Terry, what are the top 3 ways people can save some money and build up that down payment so we can get into home ownership?
Yeah, so a lot of people ask me this question: what's the fastest, quickest way to finance a down payment? And I'd say it's through mom and dad bank.
Mom and dad bank. Oh.
It's for sure the quickest way to do it. First of all, it's interest free. And second, if you default on your loan, there's no consequence. Or maybe you'll get grounded, but that's pretty much it.
You're grounded.
Oh, baby, you could get grounded. We don't want that to happen now, and you don't want to upset your parents. But yeah, some people might not have that. So what are your other top 3?
For example, for a first-time home buyer, they should definitely take advantage of the first-time home buyers plan from the federal government. So basically, you take out, for an individual, you take out $35,000 from your RSP. For a couple, that's $70,000.
Okay. That's a hefty down payment.
Yeah, but be sure that you cannot own a property, you cannot own a home in the past 4 years, and you have to pay it back equal installment for up to 15 years.
Perfect.
But if you're not first-time home buyer, then I think the best way to do it is to take advantage of your TFSA.
Okay, so your second option, the first option you say RRSP. If you've been working hard, you've been putting away some RRSP, you can take that out, interest-free loan, pay it back within 15 years. And your second option you're saying is TFSA would be the best bet.
Yeah, exactly. So the total contribution room for an individual is $63,500. And so for a couple, that adds up to $127,000, which is a significant amount for a down payment. Right?
For sure, definitely.
And so the best thing for TFSA is all of the investment income earned in that account is 100% tax-free. There's no better way of doing it. Just TFSA, 100% tax-free.
So is it self-managed with the TFSA, or would you go to like a portfolio manager, investment advisor like yourself?
Well, TFSA is just an account, and of course you can choose to manage your investment yourself, or you can also hire a professional like me to manage your investment for you. But the thing is that the major advantage for TFSA is because it's 100% tax-free, therefore it makes a huge difference when it comes to compounding your investment. It comes to compound.
That has a really big called snowball effect, right?
Snowball effect,
it can
yeah, exactly.
build quite larger because you're not taking off a piece every single year, and we know how the government, don't want to say too much, they might come for me, but they want their cut. So if we can compound and avoid that while it builds up, then you pay in the end like a back end load fee instead of a front end every year, taking.
Exactly.
We'll be able to build it up. Perfect. So on average, what would you say is like average return, but like obviously being safe if through a professional? What sort of return are we looking with the TFSA?
Well, for TFSA is only an account, and so you can choose different kinds of investment to be invested within this TFSA. And the type of return is really dependent on the investor profile, particularly the risk appetite of that particular investor. All right. So if you can take high risk, then obviously there's a better chance of getting a higher return.
So we touched on RRSPs, we touched on TFSAs. What is the final vehicle that you would like to talk about and tell us about?
Yeah, so there is an investment vehicle that I like to talk about, which is called the REIT, R-E-I-T REIT. It stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. So basically, it's a corporation that owns and manages a portfolio of real estate. Okay, and it has become increasingly popular, very popular for the past 10 years because of a couple of things. Number one, it offers a very attractive dividend yield, roughly about 46% each year.
Okay, and what is a dividend?
Well, a dividend is the amount of money that a corporation, a company pays you, on a quarterly basis. Okay, so the company makes a profit, and then in turn they would take that profit and pay it to their shareholders.
So get you some cash flow.
Some cash flow.
I love cash flow.
I just love it so much.
Yeah. The second good thing about REIT is that it tends to be more stable compared to the stock market. Okay, and so that there's when the stock market goes up and down, that's volatility, right?
It's like a yo-yo.
But for REIT, they tend to be relatively more stable than the stock market, so it won't go up and down as much as the stock market. So it makes a huge difference when it comes to making sure that your money is available.
For sure, because like long term, we know, the majority of markets are going to keep going up, but volatility up and down like a yo-yo. Some people can't handle that on their heart.
It hurts my heart.
Some people don't really have a lot of risk factor. They're not as much risk takers compared to other people, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. And so the third thing about REIT is that it is highly liquidable. Okay, so there's no locked in. Unlike GIC, they lock you for maybe 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years. There's nothing like that. So whenever you need the money, it's there for you.
There for me. So go there right now. They're gonna hand me a pile full of cash.
Yeah, that's right.
A couple business days, though, right?
A couple of business days for the transaction to be done, and then transfer the money over to your bank account.
So if you are at that final stage, you have saved up all this money, you've taken Terry's advice and saved some dollars, have it prepared. So if you do put in an offer, you're gonna need to supply that first deposit within 24 hours. So make sure you find out how liquidable, how accessible, even if it's 2 or 3 business days. If you put in an offer today, you're gonna need some of that money tomorrow. So just be prepared and definitely consult a professional. Like Terry himself, his contact info is below. If you'd like to shoot him a message and pick his brain a bit, I'm sure he'd be happy to help. Can they bother you a little bit, like I do?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, great. Anytime. So you have your permission. Anytime, bother him. I bother him. I have tons of questions. I'd like to know how to make some more money. And if you have some real estate questions, just like before, contact info is below. And also hit that subscribe button and subscribe to our future videos, and we'll keep on educating you.